First of all, my bad. Uh, I've been drinking a little bit, so I've been drinking, and they were like, "What time it was?" Hey, Dina, see you in the back. Let me get my other drink out because that's. Let me tell you something. I'm on vacation. I've had a rough week, so I'm drinking and doing whatever I want to do. Anyway, back to business. I want to point out that I'm really working on my podcast. I need you guys to follow me because I'm actually on Apple, Google, and Spotify. So I need you guys to follow me because I'm dropping some new content over there. We are expanding the brand, which I have been forever. But like I said, we got the Apple Podcast, we got Google, and we also have Spotify. So y'all go check that out. Please go follow. And I also dropped a video today on Community Review. Let's talk about it. Talking about takeoffs. Please y'all go check it out. I did a quick video. Please. Mama, what's good? How you doing, baby? I can't hear
I'm
you.
doing good. I was sitting here. I forgot I was on mute. But hey, everybody.
What is going on? So I did put it in the group chat. I don't know where the queens are at, but you know how me and
Yeah,
you
I
do.
think they probably thought because on the thing it was 8:10, so they might be straggling in a little late.
That's 18. Okay, my bad. I thought I was late myself, to be honest, because I had was sitting here and I was doing some other stuff, and I thought I was late. So whatever, we'll go ahead and get a little started. We'll wait for everybody. Why don't you go ahead and do a recap while I wait for everybody to come on in?
Oh Lord!
This is a
I
doozy
said,
one, the girl.
I said I was gonna start taking notes so I could get things in
Oh,
order
I said those are
of
all my panels. It's
sequence.
easier.
But let me go just off memory real quick. Okay, so there was a scene with Giselle and her daughters in the salon,
Uh-oh.
and she used a foot towel to wipe her nose off, or she felt her face was sweaty or greasy or something, and her kids called her nasty. And
Mm-hmm.
then they were talking about their the twins' 16th birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Candace, her sister, I don't remember her name, and Chris having a conversation, and she had drank too much wine and she was recovering from a migraine. And so she wasn't going to drink with them. Then they got to talking about Ashley, and he said, "This is a woman's conversation," and he exited. Then Ashley, at the beginning, Ashley was still, tripping off Michael and shows up at Candace's house, which looks to be like morning, but they're having cheese and wine and whatnot. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
somewhat bonding, talked about Ashley's hockey player and Karen and her going out to dinner in other cities with somebody that wasn't Ray. And then let's see, Ashley, Karen, and Wendy go to pick tulips in the freezing cold. And
Girl, that
where
was a hot mess right there.
man, these stage conversations, this is worse than Zeus, okay?
Okay, look, we gonna get into it. But go ahead, go finish it up. Then
And
we'll start.
so then they that's when Wendy is starting the idea of the burn party. And then Ashley's trying to make her send individual invitations. She's like, nope, I'm sending the same one to everybody. And so let's just skip to the burn party. And it started off a little rocky, but it was.
But look, we gonna save that for last. That we gonna save that
Yeah,
for
so it started
last.
off a little rocky, then it smoothed out, and then there was a whole lot of turbulence.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Let me tell you something. Uh, Girl, this whole entire episode to me was like a little bit of ghetto fabulous. I want to say it was ghetto fabulous for so many
Mm-hmm.
reasons. A lot of things were going on. It was a hot mess. Okay, so I feel like it was so much. We cool. You change. I'm like, what the hell? We going back and forth. Okay, so Ashley and Candace.
Mm-hmm. That was all staged because you see that little love affair didn't last long at all. And she in the confessional, like, I know I shouldn't have let that hoe in my house. Don't
No,
invite the
I'm talking about as far as Ashley and Candace talking, and her having her over and having her to her house, and want to be, even side note. So when she asked her to come in, and she was all happy, I had met her before her house, but whatever, that's cool. Then when she was like talking to the confessional, we should be close. We're young, we're black, we've been to pageant. She's cool. She's not being a hoe. And I was like, girl, you already had the smoke, as far as what I mean by that, but the negative, you were already coming in with that. So you already, because Ashley to me, somebody was coming in like, ooh, I'm excited. Da da da.
mm,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know,
So,
because I got some friends that are hoes, and I've said
mm-mm.
that before, but we don't have the same history
Okay,
as Ashley and Candace. But I'd be like, yeah, that's my, when I'm ready to hit the streets, they know where all the good places is at.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
every friend serves their purpose. And I guess if it was just like general conversation, it would be different. But I think because they have the history, it's definitely taking that shade.
mm. Well, I don't mean okay. In my opinion, I feel like that the poor little mama, she really did think that she was, what I'm saying, like coming to a situation, coming to an event where it's like I'm coming to hang out. She's like she said, she's like a queen of Egypt, whatever she said, because she's eating
Emperor.
sushis, emperor, excuse me, because she's eating sushi, she's enjoying herself, blah blah blah, whatever. And I got that as well. But for me, it's like, girl, she's feeding you to get information about you. I'm gonna be
Mm,
real. Because look at the she's I mean, I understand because what was going on because everybody was talking about her stuff, but no, remember, Ashley really wasn't talking because she was trying to figure out the leak. That's what I really wanted to get into. First topic. But I'm waiting for everybody to come in because they're skipping over it. She
well, here's
told certain
here's my
people.
whole
She
thing.
told. I'm saying. She told certain people. Only she made a point of saying it on camera. She told certain people about her, Michael, or whatever. And I'm not sure who Michael talked to. That's one thing we can't leave out. I don't know who Michael talked to, but from the way he's acting, how he's pissed off and left the planet or whatever, he shot in orbit. But he probably only told certain people as well. So the question is, who told the T? Okay, for the blogs, we know who blogger is, but
Well, my whole thought process is that there's mounds of production that are filming you saying that, okay, y'all gonna release this statement, and it gets released a few days, I guess, ahead of time or whatever. But I wouldn't put it past Ashley to have leaked it because Michael went and had a vasectomy. And in 1 minute, she's like, well, he thinks I want more kids. We still live together. We've stopped having, intimate relations and blah, blah, blah. And then the next minute, it's like, oh, I don't care. I don't care. But you was searching for him in the daytime with a flashlight after he had the surgery, trying to figure out where he was.
true, true,
Now you
but
don't care.
right. Well, I mean, but that's true as well. I, girl, I don't.
It's just backwards, ass backwards to me. It's like, look, first of all, you in the public eye. You, for all you know, when y'all filed those separation papers, it could have been somebody in the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? That went and told everybody what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just thinking like, it could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody, yes, but I'm just talking about the facts as far as like as far as the beginning part. Me talking about Ashley, me talking about Candace. Supposedly should be friends, but it's so shady.
It definitely is. And this is why I don't like Like of course Giselle and Robin, you can see that they have been good friends for 100 years,
A
and
100 years.
you know whatnot. So it for me, it's like some of these like forced relationships, or I barely knew somebody, I bring them on the show. You know, I don't think that Ashley and Candace were in a place of the greatest, you know what I'm saying, friendships to be bringing somebody on the show. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
then like, oh, this is my girl. You know, we ran in the pageant circuit together. The same thing that happened with Monique and Winter. You know, it's like I know of her. I've only known her in this setting. And then when you start being friends with somebody, then you get a whole different outlook on who they are as a person. Just like when they say when you know, couples are in the honeymoon phase and then they live together, and then it's like, oh hell no. You know, you see their habits, good and bad. You see their morning, evening rituals, good or bad. The wig comes off. You see the beard when it ain't been dyed. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that you see. It's like looking at the wizard behind the curtain once you start being friends with somebody or living with somebody or being around them more than just every 2 or 3 months at a pageant event. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when they try to throw all these women together who were not organically friends to begin with, that's why there's a lot of these issues and why they can't come back from them versus like, you know, Karen and Giselle been friends for years. You know, every 2 or 3 years they have a big falling out, but then they get back together. And it does seem to me a bit genuine. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I got friends. We might not speak 2 or 3 years or whatever, then we'll get back cool. And you know, hopefully we don't have no more issues. But these chicks that really don't know each other outside of the show and that aren't forming relationships when they're not filming, then it just comes across staged, forced, cringy. There is no way with Ashley and Candace's history they should have ever been in either one of them houses. Now, if they'd have been at a restaurant, I could have saw that. But you invite somebody to your home, that's a certain level that of respect that you have for them. And then for what happened later on, it was just y'all be coming to bail me out of jail. That's all I got to say.
Not out of jail. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, Erica. We've had some difficulty with the link, and so I'm happy to see that you are here, Mama.
Hey,
Welcome,
hey.
welcome. Well, yes, welcome. So, what we're talking about, we're in the beginning stages of this live. We're kind of going slow, waiting for everybody to come in. The live is something like everything's going slow, even when people coming in the chat. So, everybody, please, if you don't mind, I never asked this before. Content creators who are coming in, as far as my panel, please share this on your community wall, please. Tag my name in it with the at me. Please share on your community wall, share it on your Twitter, hashtag, RHOP. I'm not sure what's going on today. It's like weird. So go ahead, Mom. We're talking about the beginning. We're literally talking about the very beginning stages where we had the Ashley conversation with Candace and her speaking about Black Girl Magic, we're the pageant girl, and speaking about really Ashley's situation going on with the announcement that was leaked. And then go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was interesting. I think Dina made some good points, a tail end of what I caught, because Ashley and Candace aren't really friends. You know what I mean? I think Candace is happy for Ashley because she, never really approved of Michael Darby. So I think they have moments where they're in and out of their friendship, quote unquote. Um, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, Candace was kind of smiling in her face and basically calling her hoe in confessional. So I was kind of like, okay, so yeah, so they're not really friends anyway. So it was sort of like, fake tea and crumpets, which is, it happens. So it's okay. Um, as far as the leak goes, I think, just from what I've heard out on the blog streets or whatever, like everyone knew in the DC Potomac area. So for her to act like so shocked and who's telling my private business and is it someone in my circle? I think that, yeah, that's. not a thing.
Wow, really? That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
about to say,
several bloggers have said that they heard it already and other people knew about it. And I'm not even sure if we're really even seeing the actual people who are in Ashley's circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was
yeah.
she with when she met the hockey player? Like, it was none of these ladies. So clearly she has some friends that aren't part of the show.
Wow. Welcome to my
Exactly.
cheeks in the building. I'm so happy you are here, Mama. We were talking about the beginning stage. We spoke about the conversation between Ashley and Candace and the leak. What do you want to add, Mama? And so happy to see you, Mama.
Hey, ladies. I'm happy I finally got into the StreamYard. I really don't have anything to say about the beginning of the episode. It was a lot of fakery once we get to the end of the episode. So everything I saw in the beginning was phoniness. I don't care about Ashley and her husband. They divorced. I don't care about any of that. Um, so yeah, I'm ready to read people on closer towards the end.
Yes, because I got some few choice words for the end.
And sorry
Wow.
for being late.
No,
I was
you good.
debating if I was gonna go get one more lotto ticket or not, but I decided not.
Well, that's okay
Um,
because I got some, and with $1.9 billion, I got enough to share.
Definitely.
girl. Okay, so you have nothing. You don't have anything to add. So I know we're gonna get to the end and everything, but you don't have anything at all you want to add at all. That's it.
Because they weren't really talking about too much that I cared about. And I just want Candace to know, even though I believe all the ladies are lying on you, you have to watch. You're bringing up stuff about Karen, and you don't know if that info on Karen is true or not. You don't want people saying things about you. Don't be spreading stuff about other people unless you have receipts.
So did y'all not have anything to say? Well, okay, well, it's not really a small part, but I mean, I know there's a lot of fillers in this episode. But Mia and her husband interacting with the kids and talking about how they actually met on the beach and all that
With her good
stuff.
line ass.
Oh, I
I
didn't
was
know. I
like,
thought you were at the beginning of the episode. I didn't
well,
know
I took
you
no.
me.
Well, I mean, the beginning episode was really. We've already talked about it already, honestly, and then you kind of gave your quick notes about it, which is aligned with everybody else. So I just went ahead and moved on because to me, when I did my notes, it was Ashley and Candace the beginning, and then it was showing Mia and her family and her pussy popping on the handstand allegedly, and all
Mm,
these things
mm,
and the
mm,
things.
mm, mm, mm.
Go ahead, Tia.
Woo, child. Okay. So now, Mia is a habitual pathological liar
Oh wow.
because in the first season that she was on there, she said that she met G at her place of employment where they were evening gowns and served steak and lobster, and that he was spending thousands of dollars just to talk to her.
Mhm.
And then today, or last night, I should say, now we get this. I was in Miami on a girls' trip and it got interrupted. And then I was popping it, blah, 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 whatever. And he was married at the time.
Mm,
And for me, I felt like that was a dig to his ex-wife. Like, I just
Mhm.
need to put it on film that I took your man after one weekend in
oh
Miami.
wow. Wow. I didn't even think
But
that.
I
Really.
always say, and this ties into what we
Jesus.
were just, the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. And
Hundred
another
percent.
thought about Candace talking about Karen's business. See, all these seasons, it happens over and over again. Just like they was making fun of Karen and her taxes. And then the next season, Robin had tax issues. Then they making fun of somebody else's marriage. And then the next season, somebody getting divorced. You got to be careful what you let slip out your mouth, because if you ain't grateful for what you have and trying to downplay others about what they have or don't have, God will place you in the same position.
Mhm.
Hello, Queen. Undisputed. Come on through, red and black.
But that's exactly what we see transpire in a lot of these shows. Y'all making fun people going through real serious relationship issues, y'all making fun of their tax issues or moving or whatever. And then 2 or 3 ever seasons down the road, when you think everybody forgot about that, when you going through that same situation, now you want sympathy. Now you want to play the victim. Now you want everybody out your business, but you wasn't saying the same thing when you was rolling on the floor and making fake t-shirts about people's taxes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when the train come back around and you get run over by the train, now you want to sue.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about Miss Mia and her pussy popping on her handstand mod. I would love to hear. I would
First
love
of
to
all,
hear.
I want to appreciate Kamisha and let her know we love you. I am so happy and blessed to know that you're doing good. All right. And that every day is a blessing. Which, when you get up in the morning, you just don't know what you're gonna face. All right. So I am thankful to God that you're here with us. Okay. Because you just don't know. You just don't know. Now let's go ahead. What was the question about the pussies?
Oh Lord.
First of all, thank you because yes, everybody knows that recently had a brush with some violence. I was at work and unfortunately got shot at with my other coworkers, but we were all okay. Everybody's okay, but it was just a really horrible experience. But people who were behind the scenes been looking out like these ladies right here on the panel, and so Mad, I appreciate you. But yes, we are talking about Mia, who she said she attempted to pussy pop on the handstand with her husband with, or I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
she said she did everything but that, but
but
she
that with the
willingly
man
would
that
have.
she ended up taking
Ain't no
from.
bad. Listen, ain't no bad. Dina knows. Dina has been telling me, Maud, let people be. Let people be. If they decide to have this kind of a marriage, let them be. Okay, you're not gonna find a Maud in any other marriage. That's why I remain undisputed.
Well, no, actually, she took him from somebody. He was married.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And then the
From
extras,
Miami,
like when we were
in
on the live,
Miami,
I said, look, I mean, on the spaces,
in
I said,
Miami.
look, if that's how they want to live, you got to let them get it how they live, because what our perception of what we would think would be a marriage or what we wouldn't do with the married person is not the same as everybody else's. So sometimes you
I
just
also
got to
told.
let a hoe be a hoe.
Wait a minute, but
I
the
also
wife,
told.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, but the wife, I'm pretty sure wasn't happy about that. So that's the
Oh,
first.
no.
That's the element I'm talking about.
Because she
His.
didn't have to bring the wife up. She didn't. She could have said we was doing whatever on the beach. She didn't
Hmm.
have to bring that ex-wife into it, but she did
and
that
and
being
yeah,
the
and
ex-wife.
it's not a thing. You should be ashamed of it.
Right.
Hmm.
Other
And when he
people
go
will be
get the
talking
next
about
big
it.
booty Judy, when he go get the next big booty thing and she up on the screen or whatever, dropping it like it's hot and actually does pussy popping on a handstand and that girl says it, she's gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe she stole my man. I can't believe we invited in a third and now he's divorcing me and marrying her. And yeah, because you was sitting up here gloating. You know what I'm saying? You were gloating about some foul,
But
Hmm.
then
and
this is how it works, Dina. Though,
I
because
know that's what I'm
it might
saying. But
not
you're gonna
be.
sit up here and want the sympathy card, but you didn't have no sympathy for his ex-wife when
Dina,
you should have
it might
stayed
not
with the
happen.
story that he was single at the
Yeah,
time and y'all
yeah.
met at the
The
entertainers
strip
club
club.
and you was dropping it like it was hot or giving him conversation while he ate his steak and lobster. That
Oh,
should have been your
that's
story
not the
and
steak and
then you
lobster.
should have stuck to it. But now you didn't spun another story. Probably because maybe you didn't have issues with the wife off camera during the
But here's
meantime.
Well,
the
And
no,
you
I
thing,
like,
know.
I'm waiting
Dina.
on an
No. Honestly,
opportunity to throw a dig.
no, ma'am.
No,
I do think that she probably literally took him from her. I know. I don't know. I don't know
oh, I
the
believe
situation with
it.
the wife.
But
I
but
believe
but
it.
Kamisha,
I
Kamisha,
believe.
Go ahead. Go
she
ahead. Go
might
ahead,
have,
Mar. Go
but
ahead.
she might have taken him away
Mhm.
from from her.
Okay.
It might not play in this lifetime, but she has a daughter. You
Hmm.
know,
Right.
you play dirty. It might not happen in your lifetime, but the consequences of the things that you have done,
Mm.
And that brings
and
up
God
another
in His
point.
own wisdom, if God in His own wisdom decided, you know what, I'll give you a daughter. And that's why we talk about generational blessings, generational curses.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the main thing I saw from the. It was two things I saw in that scene. Number
Mhm.
one, get them kids in check. They doing too much hollering in the microphone with these cameras.
Okay.
That
All
that was
right
the
now.
first thing. Number two, you in the confessional confessing to stealing a man from his ex-wife,
Hmm.
having sex on the beach with the audience, and doing everything but pussy popping, and you have a 13-year-old son.
Uh-huh.
You don't think the
Uh-huh.
people in his classroom today have been saying, "Oh, your mama was pussy popping in Miami"?
Oh
Like
wow.
you not even thinking about your children while you just talking reckless to be making TV.
And that's it's why this society is so broken. It's so
Mm-hmm.
broken that I don't understand why we are watching toxic relationships on zoos. Oh, and then we're gonna watch them when we clearly know this is a toxic, abusive relationship, marriage, whatever you wanna call it. And just because, listen, VH1, I was extending grace.
No.
Every time she says that, I'm gonna take a sip. Let's see if I can remain
Zeus
on my
over
chair.
here,
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
take a
god.
Zeus,
because I got me a glass of
Zeus,
wine.
I cannot. I cannot.
But you know
I
what I got to say to women out there to be like, oh, I took your man, blah blah blah. No, if you took him, he wasn't mine. He was trash, and you, ma'am, are a raccoon because you was outside digging and rummaging through people's trash.
Lord
I
Jesus.
appreciate
Hold on,
that.
wait,
I
y'all. Hold on,
appreciate
y'all.
that
Before
though.
I haven't heard anything but from Erica about this now. I want to hear from Erica.
I agree that it must have been some sort of dig or something. I don't feel like she had to add the thing about he was married at the time because I don't
Mm.
even remember when she said she met him at the club, but I don't recall her saying back then whether he was married or single. I think we presumed he was single, but he might have been married when she saw him at the club. We don't know, and she didn't mention it back then, which is the same thing she should have done now. The only thing I can say is I don't know, maybe she's like side chick goals, I don't know, because she did
Ooh.
get the man. But I also think that maybe because it sounded like she definitely sounded even more so to me than Karen. I thought the whole reason for even bringing it up was like, this is what I'm going to do when I go to Miami, boo.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I get
Mm.
down when I'm in Miami. So I
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
just want to make sure it's all good because you know how I met you. That's kind of how
And,
she
and,
was
and, and here's the thing,
bringing it.
because I have a daughter, I am trying to raise my daughter that have established yourself. Because Mia is not the most good looking woman in DC.
Oh Lord
You
Jesus.
understand? That you're not gonna cause traffic or accident just because Mia was driving a car. And and as a man, oh my gosh, it's not happening. You understand? She's
Mm.
not the most educated, she's not the most intelligent on the
Jesus.
cast. Forget about DC. The cast. And therefore, raising my daughter to know how it works. You don't need a man to complete you. It doesn't matter finances, emotionally, spiritually. You don't have to be complete yourself so that you can be on the same level. So that I don't have to have my daughter getting married to a senior citizen because of the money. Oh, do you understand? Okay.
That's true, but isn't she like on her 25th franchise? So, I mean, she's popping something right. I'm just
No,
going to
she's
say.
fired. She's fired. She has received her last paycheck a few weeks ago.
Girl, listen. This girl over here, first of all, you're confusing us. John Hopkins. I don't know. Bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Listen, and I was talking to Dina and Confessions, and I told them I did my mammogram the first time 2 weeks ago. And they called me and said, you have to do a follow-up. I would have gone on those social medias. They have told me to come home for a follow-up. Find your facts first before you start acting like You're now, oh, and then we find out, oh, it was nothing. It wasn't cancer. You don't do that. There are people dying of
That's true.
breast
Although
cancer.
when G started to ask her about her health and stuff, um it sounded
Everybody
like
needs to
she
go.
had
This
lumps in
girl
some
needs to
other
go.
things in some other
She needs to go.
places. So it sounded like some of it, to me, it sounded like she might be having some issues with some of the fake stuff she has in her body. Because she was like something on her side. I was like, "Ooh, that booty's moving." That's what I thought.
She
Booty
admitted
is
to
moving. I
Robin
cannot
on
look that.
she already admitted to Robin on camera that the lump is on her behind.
Right, exactly. And that's, but she, remember, her behind is fake. So
Right.
It's just on
is that a
fire
lump?
today.
Is that
Okay,
silicone?
period.
Like, that's a thing. That is, I mean, that's a serious health problem. It's not cancer, but when you put a lot of plastics in your body, then you know, you can't have these sort of repercussions.
Oh,
Okay, 100%.
And she probably ain't getting her massages like she's supposed to either. That's how you get lumps.
Yeah, but I do feel like maybe she and G do seem to be evenly matched in the sort of like I'm a freak department because he see because it see I don't know, but I feel like maybe they're gonna I don't know if they're doing threesomes, I don't know, but it seems like their marriage is
but
somewhat
I
open
really feel
anyway.
bad. I feel bad for mothers who are struggling to raise their families, and in the family you have a daughter and she can see you struggling, and the only thing she sees is money, money, money. I'm not saying that I'm not struggling. I am struggling, but I don't want my daughter to see money, money, money. I want my daughter to see character. That I come home, I cook for my children, I go to that Walmart, do my shopping, make sure that my children having a good meal, making sure that my children, where is your homework? Have you done your homework? Because life is not easy. You're not gonna get it just because you're looking cute. You're not gonna get it, my son, because you think that you're a good African American man. That you're gonna get no, and it has to start from there. It has to start from there. And this is why you see the girl who is getting divorced. What's her name?
Ashley.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Mia gives me the exact same as Ashley. Like, I don't think she really wants
Yes.
to do all this freaky stuff for her husband, but she gives me, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to maintain this status. And my
Yeah,
husband
because she's
is the one
scared
that
of
has
going
money.
back to the poverty that she was raised in, though.
I mean, I think she is scared about going to back to property, but she does to me give me more of a freak than Ashley did personally. But maybe it's just a stripper or the fake everything, but
Erica, you
she
cannot
seems a little bit
Erica,
more
you
down
cannot
to me.
say Erica, but you cannot forget that Ashley's husband was taking care of her mother and the boyfriend.
No, no, no. I mean, I understand. To me, I feel like Ashley was more like, okay, I'll do what I got to do to maintain Michael. To me, Mia
Yes,
seems more of
yes.
a freak. I mean, to me personally, she seems a little bit more freaky than Ashley does personally, but we'll see over time because we really don't know her. So,
Yeah. And she lies so much, we may never know.
Okay, y'all. I was over here Googling because I was perplexed.
Mm-mm.
So what I found was that G and Mia got married on May 5th of 2012, but they met in 2003. After, and it says after his divorce, of course, they can always spin the narrative or whatever, but I don't know.
Wait, they met in 2003
Yeah,
and they married what year?
2012.
Oh, that girl was already on his inbox.
Yeah, so I
Oh no,
guess the
that's a long
question we need
time.
to know is when he got divorced.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for it. I'm looking. Don't y'all see me over
Undisputed,
here searching?
undisputed, there is undisputed receipt, Queen. Go ahead.
But sorry, go ahead, kiss my cheeks. You were saying something?
I was saying the same thing. I said that's a long time because my son was born in 2003, so that's 19 years. And she has a 14-year-old, and we know she has some kind of relationship with another man to have this 14-year-old. So I'm thinking
Well,
that's a
no,
long.
that's 10. If they met in 2003, they got
Wait,
married in 2012. So that's 11.
wait, Kiss My Did you say she has another relationship?
What
Well,
happened?
she has a 14-year-old by another man. So her oldest child
Oh,
is
yeah, still on Mia.
so only the two youngest ones are his children.
But I mean, it makes
But the
Oh
sense.
math
God.
ain't
So
mathing. Look at what we saying here. Okay, so look, so they met 19 years ago.
I mean, but
Hold
if
on,
you
Didi.
look
What?
at that photo looked like it was about 20 years old. So that makes sense actually, because when you showed the picture of her in Miami, that wasn't 10 years ago.
That's
That
a
looked like she was right
shade.
out of
Right,
college.
but they only
You're
got
right. That was an
married
old.
10 years ago. It says here they met in 2003. So he probably was married and she was doing her thing and he was doing his
Is
thing.
a gold digger.
She had
Is
the
a
oldest child
gold.
that's 14. Come on, let's do the math.
Is a gold digger. She looked at him.
Oh Lord
She saw
Jesus.
the
She
money.
ain't
She's
nothing
like,
but
you know what? I'm not gonna go over here, do what I have to do, but I'm coming back to your ass. Okay?
I mean, we don't know the
She did
status of
that.
the relationship of the marriage at the time or anything. They're not breaking that
Ain't
part
not
up as
about
well. We
love.
don't know.
Trust you
I'm not
me.
saying that her cheating was correct or anything.
Mia,
I'm saying
It
Mia.
says
I'm
right
I'm
here.
I'm saying that
No,
that
listen.
we don't know the status of the relationship as far as not
We
Mia,
don't have to know
the
anything.
marriage. The marriage.
Mia with the husband who has dentures. We don't have to know anything.
Oh my God.
Okay? Do you understand? We don't have to know anything.
Okay.
Look, let's
That's
let's
So
let's
why
let's move
when
let's
it
move
comes
move
to
on
when it
from the
comes on
Cookie Pop and
TV
Mia
with his
to
teeth,
Gazelle.
we
No, the
know those are
Mod.
dentures.
Mod. Moving on from dentures to Sweet 16.
Well, it just said this what it says.
Oh
Following
Lord
his
Jesus.
divorce from Deborah, Gordon met me and Nicole Fields in 2003. Okay, so now we almost into 2023. So that's 20 years. Let's just say for shits and giggles, 20. That's 20 years. If she has a current 14-year-old,
Mm-hmm. She does.
and it's not
y'all ain't
him.
never wait a minute, y'all ain't never backslid before. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
hook
I'm
up with
not
somebody
judging.
one
Yep.
time.
I'm
Everybody
not
has
judging.
backslid at some point in time in their life, child. I mean, look, don't let's
You know,
try to
look,
forget
She
I
that. We all
recycle to
have.
keep my body count low. I ain't mad.
exactly. She gave it up on
Even though
vacation in
I'd rather not,
Miami.
but I
Then she
understand.
ran into him again.
I'm not like you
Hmm.
guys. I'm not like you guys.
No, no, no. She's talking
But
about no. Wait, hold on. You said not like you guys. Like if you have the ex mod, your ex husband, and you are not together with him, and you slide back to the
no,
past because you don't
I
be out
don't.
there
I cannot.
collecting numbers
I
on your
cannot.
bedpost.
I can't.
But some people do. Some people do.
I
And she probably
cannot.
kept her eye on the
Ain't
prize.
nothing about sliding back. You know,
Yeah, I think she
divorce,
probably
divorce, a divorce. My ancestors calls me to.
Ma, you know what, you girl, you know what, girl? I'm not doing it with you. I am not
Yeah, because
doing it with
mom
you.
is a
I'm not.
happily married woman and she knows nothing of this conversation. But I'm not. I'm just saying if you
She's
do
no,
the
she's
math
saying no,
and
no.
if
Mod
you
is saying
do
that if they get
try to go
divorced,
along with
she
the
ain't going
story they
backwards,
trying to
Dina.
put out here,
No,
the math
Dina.
is not mathing.
Dina, Mod is trying to say that if she gets divorced, she is not going backwards.
Mod been
No,
married 100 years.
no.
Look, let me tell you
Oh,
something about Mod. Mod been married 100 years, and God forbid she ever get divorced. As cold as it gets in Buffalo, she
Oh
gonna
my
be
God,
backsliding
Dina.
and
all up and down Main Street.
that's why I want to talk about love is blind because there's an African man over there. He knows what when it comes to marriage. When it comes, you say yes. You're gonna be consulting everybody in the clan for you to divorce, and he made the right choice. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Hat. We are going on really quickly, briefly. Talking about Gazelle and her Sweet 16 and her kids. I mean, it was a small filler with her and the kids talking. Her mom, her girls are beautiful for one.
Oh yeah, they are
They're
absolutely
some beautiful
gorgeous.
children.
They are.
And I've also shown briefly of her and her ex. You know, I really have forgot about him. I see him briefly on his little whatever. I really have forgot about him. But child. So let's go ahead and go to Robin. When I don't give up. I don't give up.
Mm,
Uh, no, I'm sorry. No, too early. My bad, my bad.
You
Before
going
we
to
get
the
there, my bad,
prenup.
my bad. Robin go see her lawyer, and that was pretty
mm.
boring. But then we go to the cool picking of the tulips. So what I don't understand is why are we picking tulips and we gotta have a blanket to do it? What is happening? That whole
Okay,
thing.
wait a
Stay
minute. Before we get to the
buffoonery.
tulips, I will say this about Robin's meeting with the lawyer. I don't think
Bullshit.
she sold that many hats. Like, I do not
Bullshit.
feel like you need a prenup because of that little hat business. I'm just saying.
Come on, Erica.
I
What you
think they
thinking?
getting some sponsorships for reasonably shady. But my whole thing was, I feel, and I said it last night. I feel like Robin was playing dumb. Like she keeps wanting to slip these digs in at Juan about his past issues. Because again, I'm gonna say this: when before he was already cheating before y'all lost the money. You know what I'm saying? So you knew you couldn't leave, you know what I'm saying? Or you didn't want to leave, or whatever the case was when he was cheating, and you could have walked away with something. Because she keeps saying, well, by the time we divorced, we were broke. So the prenup was didn't mean anything. But now he got this coaching job. You got your couple of business. Now you want to throw an infidelity clause like, oh, I'm just trying to protect yourself. If you don't trust that that man is not going to cheat on you, why are you marrying him? For what? For
Because
show?
because when you first met him, he was an influencer. He was making so much money. You never had a good credit score. You got
The only way
married.
he's gonna make that money again
No,
is
that's not true.
if he start coaching for a D1 college, or he starts coaching for the
But I'm not
NBA.
talking about him. I'm talking about her.
That's not true.
Saying for her, the self esteem. Like, listen now. She knows. She thinks that everybody's talking about her. She thinks that everybody knows about her, and so her self esteem is over there. That's why
Mm.
she's looking for these prenups. That's why she's doing all these things.
I think it's
She
just a
never had that.
storyline. I don't even
Yeah.
think they have enough to make a prenup
Right.
even relevant. Honestly, I'm
And
like,
that's
yeah,
what I'm saying, because he's not even coaching at a D1 school.
I don't
Oh
think
No.
he
no.
got it. I don't think she. I think the most they both get, and they're like, we need to stay on Bravo, and we gonna make up a storyline every season. So we do, because every year, oh, I'm gonna propose. Oh, we back together. Oh, wait, does he have a side chick or not? We've been hanging on with them since day
He
one.
ain't gonna. He doesn't. He cannot afford a side chick.
And
Go
I
ahead.
think Andy said in some place where y'all don't even get married this season. So they
Oh
just
Yes,
Jesus.
because
stringing us along, people.
he
They
was on
don't even
Watch What
have
Happens
a
Live,
date.
and
First of
Andy
all,
asked her.
he's not the most good-looking guy. Okay.
Mod,
So,
mod,
and
No,
he's
Okay,
we're
not
mod.
not
but
the
gonna
she
do
most.
that.
loved him. That's the
We're
Okay.
not
father of
gonna
her
do
Okay.
that.
children. We
Okay. No.
gonna
No.
let
No.
that
No.
go.
No. No. No.
Juan
No.
is
No. No.
not
No. No.
unattractive.
No. He's not
What
the
you
most
wait?
good
Hold on. Hold on,
guy.
mod.
All
Keep on. You
right.
haven't heard.
Okay.
Mod,
He
wait,
doesn't
mod.
have the
Before you read,
money. Huh?
mod.
No. 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 No.
Before you read, Kimachi, what'd you say?
I was just saying Juan is not unattractive, so I don't want to go there with that. He's
Thank
not
you. Me
unattractive.
and Michael Darby would both
Hallelujah.
be with Juan.
Oh, I didn't
Juan's
say.
a
Okay,
triangle.
first
But
of all, I never
Okay.
said he was attractive. Me myself, I never said he was. I was
Yeah,
just
you
enjoying
I
what
did.
you
mean,
guys said.
he's easy on
He's
the
not.
eyes. He's not.
Unfortunately, he's
He
not.
don't fit my
He
profile,
remind me of
but he's
Portia.
not an
He remind me
ugly
of
man.
Portia's
He's
fiance.
not hideous. Now, Michael
He
Darby
remind
is
me of
hideous.
Portia. I'm sorry. I said, why is
Michael
everybody
Darby is him.
marrying this type? Is there something? Is the money? Because Portia's
Ain't no
fiance
money. He
looks
doesn't
like
have
that.
the money.
Portia, we know that's for the money. But I want to say this about Robin and them mods you could read. I'm tired of this storyline of a prenuptial when there's not going to be a wedding. You're wasting your little
Me too.
$250
Yes, yes.
that you paid
Producers,
for that
write
hour with that
new
lawyer
shit.
because you're not getting married. And I feel like Juan is all that Robin knows. That man moved into her family's home when they were still in high school, and that they've been dating and got married ever since. I don't think Juan wants Robin, but they were at a point of brokenness where he couldn't officially leave Robin. They needed each other because it's
Ooh, I think
cheaper to
that's some
stay
real stuff.
together.
I think that's
But
good.
Mm.
I think Robin throws digs at Juan the way she does about their past
Hmm.
because she knows they aren't going to get married. This man proposed to you on national TV with a glass ring.
Oh shit.
That's bullshit. Please stop it with this prenup. Until you set a wedding date, I don't want to hear shit. No, I'm trying not to cuss on your channel, Kamisha. I don't want to hear nothing else about a prenup until you tell me we got a wedding date. Because how you don't went down to the courthouse and got a marriage license, but you still don't have a wedding date. They're doing all of this stuff for Bravo, and Bravo needs to fire you. And while you worried about what you can protect, you need to worry about what you can give to this show so you can have a job. Because unlike Juan, he has a skill. He has a talent. He could work his way up to a D1 school. He could work his way up to an NBA coaching job. Robin, you have nothing. No one wants those 99-cent hats, and no one wants to hear you and that damn dragon talk BS on the podcast. So you holding
But
on
but
to a
but but
string.
but but this is what I want to say. You tell me who in the Real Housewives of whatever Beverly Hills, Atlanta, DC, who has the most educated woman is a black woman in Potomac,
Mm.
Wendy.
Mm.
Tell me who has the most talented husband. The guy is playing is for NBA. It is every day is a struggle for black people to compete with Erica, to compete the stupid, what's the girl's name? Beverly Hills. She gets in my nerves all the time.
I don't watch it. I don't know. I
Lisa
don't watch
Renna.
it.
I mean, there's so many.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, here's
Okay.
the
No,
thing
no, no,
though.
no, no, no. Let me finish. Let me finish. Every time, it's unfortunate that we have to get up in the morning, do like 10 times more that these white bitches over here
Oh
they have to
Lord.
do. Okay, okay.
I'll spit my drink out.
What
But
makes
we've
them
all been
think?
black in America long enough to know it's not fair and it's not equal. So they
Right.
knew they were black in America when they were born. So I
Yeah.
don't care
True.
nothing about that. Robin could do better.
But
Exactly. I
here's
mean,
the thing.
honestly, Ebony on Real Housewives of New York, I met her. She's an attorney. I mean, she's also
Yes,
very, very smart and accomplished. So definitely, I think there's a
but
balance
she's
of the
no
women.
longer there. She's no longer part of it. She's no
But
longer part
okay,
of
have y'all
it.
thought about
She's
this
making a point though.
scenario?
She's making a point though, Mod. She's making a point.
Have y'all thought about this
Hold on, wait.
scenario?
I want to. Hold on. I wanted. Hold on. I'm sorry. I wanted to
Erica,
hear.
go ahead.
Well,
No, I
yeah,
was just saying,
Erica.
like, I agree with Mad that we do struggle, but I do feel like there are women, black women, that are bringing things to each platform. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
I
but
think
you're
Hmm.
cautious. But you can see how Gazelle is cautious. Yo, you're putting my book in a dustbin, and you think that I'm gonna be cool,
I
calm
mean,
and
that's true,
collected?
but people went off on Nene
While
when she
your
filed that
ass,
lawsuit.
while your
Mod,
ass
Mod.
is
Y'all
being
can't talk at the same
prosecuted,
time. Mod, let Erica talk and then y'all go
while
back.
your ass is being prosecuted because of the people your husband took money from, and now I'm supposed to be here keeping cute and girl.
Erica, go ahead.
You talking
All
about
I was
Robin?
gonna say is, with Mod's point, is that all the way back from Nene made this shit. You know what I'm saying? And didn't nobody want to support her lawsuit or whatever.
Yeah,
But at the end of the
yeah.
day, we wouldn't even have reunions if it weren't for Nene.
Duh.
So right now, there's always been discrepancy about how they treat women of color versus everybody else.
Agreed.
And
Hundred
it's
percent, Erica.
unfortunate that when Nini speaks, everybody aggressive. Aggressive. No, no,
Yep.
no, no. You know what
That's
you know
unfortunate.
what you're entitled to, and unfortunately, we are five of us over here. Trust you me, some of us are gonna be given that check. You're gonna compromise on everything that you know.
No, that's not
because
true.
because no, I'm just saying. Listen, you have to realize, Nini established. Nini put all these black women. Who is bugging her? Who is bugging her? Nobody.
No, the issue with Nene is Nene let the stuff ride under the table because it was beneficial to her. So she knows about Andy being racist, being colorist, whatever you want to say. As long as she was getting her check and she was the HBIC of Atlanta, she didn't have any complaints.
No,
It
no, no,
wasn't
no, no,
until she couldn't get her way
no,
that she wanted to speak out. So it's kind of
no.
like when it was
No,
all
Nini
good, you didn't have
complained.
nothing to say.
Nini complained. Nini complained in all her ways. I'm being treated this way. I'm being treated this way. I'm being treated this way. But then again, you're complaining over here. You're a black woman. You're saying that you're being treated this way. But then Candy comes. I don't see anything. I am being treated that nice. I don't see any racism. That is the problem.
It is the
That's the
problem.
problem.
But Nene didn't
That
see
one
anything
black
when
woman
she
is
was getting
saying,
$2 million
wait a minute,
a
wait a
season.
minute.
Mod, hold
One
on.
black woman,
Mod,
one black woman
Mod,
is complaining about the company that
Mod.
is.
Hold on. Let Kimachi finish, baby. Come on. Kimachi, go ahead.
I'm not discrediting anything that Nene says. And I actually believe a lot of what she says because you can look at what's going on now and see it. But when Nene was getting paid $2.5 million a season, like Candy and everybody else, Nene was not talking. She was quiet. She was laughing in Andy's face. She was the favorite. It was not until she fell out of her grace that she wanted to talk. And some people don't respect that because it was like when it was all good in the hood, you didn't have a problem with it. It
Oh,
was it
wow.
was okay. And so now that Candy is saying she don't see anything because Candy is now making $2.5 million a season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different when you can stand
And
up
I need
in it
this
and
to
speak
stop.
out,
I
kind
really
of
need
like
this.
Kaepernick, where you risking it all to speak out. That's
Hang
I
on,
need
different.
Mod.
this
Hang on,
to
Mod. Hang on,
stop.
Mod. Hang on.
Nene
I know
didn't risk
I
anything.
need this to stop. We
Mod,
cannot
no, Mod. Let her
continue.
finish. Mod, let her finish.
We cannot
Mod, let her
continue
finish.
to be our
Mod,
own
Mod,
enemy.
Mod, Mod. I'm gonna let her finish, and then you will say what you guys say. Kimachi, go ahead and finish.
But that's a part of the problem. Nene is a part of why we're our own enemy. Because if she saw all of this stuff going on back then, why didn't you speak out back then? Because you had $2.5 million. You didn't speak out until you no longer had a contract. And now you want to sue. Now they're being racist. Now they're being unfair. And it looks like you only have something to say because you no longer can benefit from that machine.
You
I'm
have to
not
realize
Okay,
disagreeing.
but
how smart
It's
these
the
people are.
optics of it.
after you make your point, we are gonna get back to Potomac
You're
because we
gonna
still
have to
got.
realize how
We,
smart these
did
people
you hear me,
are.
Mod?
They're gonna try to play with us as much as they can. They are gonna act like, oh, she never spoke about it. And we are over here acting like, oh, she never talked about it. She complained about it over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over again. But because our pockets are not compromised, because Candy's pockets are not compromised, she's been given these opportunities and these opportunities and these opportunities. She is a traitor in the battle that you're trying to
All
fight.
right, look. Now we're done talking about that. With all that stuff, we're done talking about that. Now we're moving on to something else. Now we spoke about the Candace, all that stuff. We're moving on to we skipped
Lord.
Wendy, having the kidney stones. I've never experienced it before, but I didn't know that's really a bad thing. But it seems like her and Ashley are like becoming closer. They ride to this party bus, as they said, from 1985, and we have Candace who spoke about
Oh
the
my.
wild boars, and she spoke about, I guess, her and Monique. I mean, look, that situation was so crazy. Oh Jesus, that was a bad time. But anyway, how did y'all feel about all of that? The wild boars, the party bus, because we're gonna get to the part where we got her saying, "I don't give up," you know. Oh,
Bullshit,
Karina,
bullshit, bullshit, because we have been compromised. We have allowed money to get into our situations. Okay?
Mod,
There's no
I
longer
know
about
good and
character.
well.
Enola
Mod, I know good and
Nabatata.
well that you know that we have moved
Bye.
on to a different topic and you are talking about that. Now you know good and well. We have moved on. Girl, what is happening? As much as
Well,
I
can
love to
I just
promote
say
black
what I want to say about this? Because I got another place to be um, on YouTube right quick. I just want to say, first of all, if you get to ride somewhere and you don't have to drive because y'all gonna be drinking, I don't know what the big deal about the complaining was. I think these women are trying to be more bougie than they really are, um, for clicks and views and shits and giggles or whatever. But I'm gonna
well look,
say this.
I'm gonna do this right here because this well it's all good because I love promoting black women and the injustice that we go through. The conversation that Mod and Kid My Cheese just had was very insightful. I love the topic. I live in that topic. Um and I love to see the conversation and the passion that the two of the ladies actually just had.
I'm tired
It
of
was
that conversation. I need
Mod.
to. I need
Mod,
to
hold on,
Mute,
Mod.
just
Hold on.
mute.
Mod. But what I'm saying is, I enjoyed the conversation that you guys had. But I want to. I'm gonna because I'm about to end this live. But what I want to talk about, get your opinion on really quick, is when Robin said that she wasn't touched by Sharice, and I want y'all to be real about this because I watched the clip. She said she called Sharice on the phone and said, "I wasn't. Did you touch me?" Now, if you guys remember, my Dina, Erica, and I'm sorry, Kid My Cheeks. She put her hand up to pull her back. Is that not
Yes,
touching?
yes,
I
she
don't
did,
understand that part.
and that's what I
She
wanted to say
to me,
about
you're
that whole
lying on camera.
situation.
I'm sorry, you're lying on camera. You called the girl on the phone and said, "Did you touch me?" She said no. Her and Giselle all the smoke. I didn't agree with that because she had to put her hand up to keep her from going at her. It was
She
on
pulled it. She was
camera.
I
sitting
agree.
down.
Agree.
She was sitting down, and she kind of grabbed her arm back a little bit. Then Cherie stood up, and she was pushing her like on her stomach area because they played the replay. So for me, all that was just like, okay, this we separating the cliques now. For me, that's what it was. I was like, okay, we know who got who's back. And yeah, I know I'm on FaceTime and I'm on speaker. Everybody be quiet so we can hear Sharice lie. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I do wish the producers would step in the moment instead of waiting for the reunion and be like, let's roll this beautiful bean footage right here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I mean,
Exactly.
because it still would heighten the drama because Robin
Right.
did all that extra.
He
And
did.
yes, somebody did have to hold you back.
I want to hear from Erica and Kid My Cheeks and Mod.
Um, I I I did not really think that Robin was actually going to fight Wendy. I mean, she stood up because the girl was like, stand in it. And so she stood up, but I didn't think she was going to fight her. Did Sharice actually physically touch her? Yes. But I don't think it was like, ooh, hold me back. Like it wasn't even like that to me, in my opinion.
She
But I
got in
think the question,
between
but
them.
but that wasn't the
Got in
question though. The
between
question that
them.
hold on, but that wasn't the question. She said, "Did you have to physically stop me or touch me?" That she didn't ask her was she going to fight her. She physically did stop. Now she didn't touch her. And she just said, "Hey girl, chill." Okay, but she physically put her arm up and pushed her back because that was the question. Kid My Cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Robin knew that Sharice had to push her back. Now, I agree with Erica. I don't think Robin had any
I
intent
don't think she did
on
either.
laying a hand on Wendy. She stood up because Wendy was, they was arguing. She said, stand.
Mm-hmm.
But Robin also needs to realize this is a pattern. Look at the clips on Twitter. This is your third time standing up, walking all up in somebody's face. If you don't want to be considered aggressive or a thug, learn how to argue in your seat.
Mod.
I just don't want to see black women giving the society what they're expecting.
Okay, Dina. Thank you, Mama.
Okay, I don't want them to see. Oh, so we are here appreciating everything about Beverly Hills, but we are over here.
Is this the answer to the question of did she put her hand up when
Was that a
Mod
question?
Afro Mama? I asked you a question, and you know I want to know now. Now you know there's a debate. because she called her on the phone. She called Sharice. So for me, I'm
That
asking.
was bullshit.
Hold on, mama.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold on, mama.
I'm
Let me
with
ask you
you
this.
guys on that one. It was bullshit.
She called her on. Hold on, ma. Wait. So she called her on the phone for everybody to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And Giselle was talking for her, getting loud. Just paint the picture. And then she called Sharice. It's like, oh, okay. Did you touch me or whatever? And she's like, no, I didn't. So
Yes, she did.
okay, go ahead.
Yes, she did. She put her hands on Cherise was trying to come in between. Oh, yeah, she did. She did. She's lying.
So that's one question. What do you think about that? Because she literally said it. Like it's the truth.
You usually get caught up in this situation. She might not have understood that, she put hands on anybody or she was I'm not gonna read too much into it.
Okay. So that pretty much was the end of the episode, and I wanted to ask you about that because I thought that was weird the way they ended.
I just don't want to start breaking marriages because of a show. I do not want Candace marriage to be broken just because of Love and Marriage Potomac. I don't want that.
Okay.
I want her to have self-esteem, to know that she has this, she got this, she can do her IVF. It doesn't have to be a storyline. Do you want to be a mother? Go ahead, be a mother.
Okay, guys. So I have to go. But before I go, let me play the clip really quick that my girl Kim Chick sent me. As innocuous and innocent for the next episode.
Likes to leave you. Do you want to and go to a man named house and suck his dick?
Oh my God! What?
Are you veering off the path? So let's not. Is this deflection? Because Chris ain't sucking no dick. I'm sick to my stomach. We sucking the. We can't do that. No. I was not supposed to talk about this person. But he says Michael Darby is a client of his. That's what your ass get. Because I was holding on to that. You wanted smoke. So, here. You need to watch what you say. I know what I said. You're making I'm not. Can we burn this? This is the problem. I hear everything about Michael. I process ideas. You're not hearing. Because you come from a decrepit, disrespectful marriage. Just remember, the pendulum always swings the other way. Oh, no, honey. We don't have we know the Lord. So over here, we don't do that. Hey. I appreciate you, ladies. Yes. Thank you for having us, Wendy. Thank you. I think so. That's it. No, me and we don't need nothing else. Let's get up. I'm good. I'm gonna get out. Bye, Mia. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I have wine. Lord. They wouldn't let me bring the bottle, but they let me take the glass. Are you okay? I'm tired. I'm fine. I couldn't. My Uber is still 30 minutes out. Are you okay? Because we rode together. Here's my thing, Wendy. I know it got hostile, right? But I wanted to bring it up, especially in front of Giselle. Why did you want to bring it up in front of Giselle? Because when I was at Candace's house, she kept saying, Giselle is just being phony, and she's just saying all of this because she just wants to say it in front of the group. All I was saying to her is, with Mia saying that, he was looking at her, and with this information from my friend, maybe he needs to do just a little check and say, maybe I'm being a little too friendly. I think we're going to get out of here. While I have you. Yes. Oh, okay, yes. I wanted to talk to you. Look at the view. Did you see the view? It's lovely. So, I wanted to talk to you one-on-one. Great. Yeah. So I wasn't going to interject in that. Last time that we spoke, I had to get up and leave. Right. But I wanted to make sure that I was clear on understanding your feelings and where you are. You mentioned that you all went into your dressing room, you and Chris. Yeah. And you were uncomfortable. Right, correct. So what exactly made you uncomfortable? I'm in a room with a man that does not belong to me. Right. And the door's closed. Right. And so I asked him to go outside, and he immediately did. That's it. And I thought you should know. So you're saying that he suggested that you all go talk in your room? Yes. Because he said that he asked you to talk and you suggested that you go to your room. I said, Giselle, can we talk? And she said, yeah, let's go to my room. So she suggested going to your room. 99% sure that that's how that went down. And so she said, should we leave the door open? But there was nobody in there. Right. So I even suggested, leave the door open. I don't need anybody, suggesting anything else. Right. Have it. She was like, yeah, I don't need any rumors like that going on about me either. I don't recall him saying, if he said that, then he knew this was inappropriate. That there implies some sort of malintent for you to say, well, Chris knew that no one was in the room and he still lured me. I didn't say lured. That's the intent. I didn't say that word. He lured me into the room to talk to me. Do you believe that he had malintent? I don't know, Candace. It is as simple as I do not want to be in a room with a married man. Chris is maybe doing things that he feels comfortable with, but the ladies don't. Ooh. Ashley says that at the spring party that Chris came on to someone else. Okay. Was she specific? No, she wasn't. I'm not vindictive, and I'm not trying to be vindictive. That narrative has to stop. When I saw my friend yesterday, who was at the party, and she asked me if they're still together, okay? Who is this friend? Deborah is a friend of mine who I met at my mom group. Are you inviting all the girls to the dance class? I think so. Even Candace? Yeah, Candace and I are good. So the girl to me, obviously going to be probably a part of the reunion or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Saying now, Chris, somebody in chat said that they're targeting Chris and Wendy. And I want to say this. It's looking in that direction because Wendy is being targeted as a bad guy. I love her and her family. They're beautiful. And also Chris is being also targeted as well. That's how I feel about it. Because now Chris is being involved where women are uncomfortable. Now out the blue, Ashley's friend saying, oh, she's saying that he said, I'm like, what's the tea? You tell me this whole entire time Chris wasn't doing anything? Chris has been involved with you guys as far as cast or whatever for years. And all of a sudden now, that's the issue? I don't know. Anyway, we gonna come back to this. That was a preview of next week. Well, next week we come back to we'll discuss more about all of that, and we'll get into Chris and Monique. I'm sorry, Chris Monique. I'm sorry, Chris and Candace more. I really want to get into that more next time we all get together. Thank you, ladies, for coming on, and once again, it was an epic live as always. Love y'all down. See y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.